Don't touch anything.
It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.
It's definitely something you should hear.
This is The Real Deal with Larry Lawton.
Welcome to The Real Deal with me, Larry Lawton. We're going to have a great show today. Nick and I are going to go over the Tyson-Paul fight. Yes, the Tyson-Paul fight. We even brought up footage from Nick, what Nick said back a year ago. It was a year ago. We just found the video, and we are going to show you a piece of it and what we said. And I'm going to stand by what I said, but understand what Nick said. Nick was right on a lot of stuff there. First of all, before I start with you, Nick, and everybody, welcome to the show. And I want to thank Oliva Cigar. They've been with us forever, and they are the best. They make the Crooked Diamond cigar, which is what really powers this show, is Oliva and the Crooked Diamond cigar. With that said, Nick, how you doing? How was your weekend?
Doing good. It was good.
Good. What did you do over the weekend?
What did I do? I know I just got back from St. Louis. We did. So that's a...
Yeah, that was a good trip. We got to talk about that trip.
Yeah.
We're going to be working with some police departments and court systems up in, I think that's St. Charles County. Mm-hmm. Is that called St. Charles County? Yeah. So, matter of fact, I'll be talking to that judge this week and all that. And I even gave the police, they know me and all that. We brought cigars, so we smoked some cigars and stuff like that. Nick got to meet them. We talked about Nick's incident. Yes, and he got some advice from chiefs of police about the incident and stuff, which is cool. I think it's cool. We will keep you updated because we are going to court on that, and we're going to figure all that. Nick, you can have fun doing that, huh?
Should be fun.
Now,
do my best to tire out.
What did you think about the Tyson-Paul fight?
I think it went.
What did you think generally?
I think it went exactly how I thought it was going to go. It was just a big dance and a money grab. I don't think it was rigged at all. Like the outcome was rigged, but I do believe it was a money grab between both parties.
Some people are saying it was almost choreographed.
I mean, it looked that way because there was a 60-year-old in the ring, you know,
with a
and then there was a
27-year-old.
well-behaved 27-year-old. You know, he definitely could have knocked him out.
I think you're right. I mean, watching that fight, first of all, it was very disappointing for me, who was a Tyson fan. Not that, listen, I didn't expect much. I know what age does to you. I really do. I will say a few things. We're going to talk about that fight. First of all, age does get you. We know that. There's nobody can fight for all the time. Nobody said you couldn't. I expected Tyson, because of his little things they showed, to have better wind. And what really also got me a little bit on that fight is he had no legs. No legs. Did you see that?
His knees were gone, yeah.
And when you don't have your knees and your legs, you can't turn into a punch. Yeah. You know, you can't shift your body weight.
I didn't expect it to go that poorly for him. You know, I didn't think it was actually going to be sad to watch, but I did know that it was going to be a money grab dance, but it was way sadder to watch.
You know, I guess it was a money grab, if you want to call it a money grab.
It's good.
You know,
I knew.
Hey, listen, good for him. I'm glad he got a big payday.
I say it every fight, and then we're gonna all buy into the next one.
You know, I say it every fight. I said it the last one. I'm never gonna do this again. I'm not doing it again.
Unless Netflix hosts it, I'm not falling for that again.
Did you see what happened with Netflix, people? I was live during the fight. Let everybody know, I was actually live during the fight. Which was pretty cool. We had about 800 something people online, you know, talking about the fight, and I was giving like commentary, telling how shitty it was. The big thing on that fight, and I can tell you this right now, Nick will tell you, go back to the music thing and leave that up so you can hit the buttons.
Yeah, I just think
just now you know what they are. No, you don't have to do anything.
No, I didn't want to get into it, but I'm pretty sure that the mics got switched last time.
Oh, okay, Nick, but why don't you hit the music so you can hit my wah, wah, wah when I want it. Yeah, now you see which one? Yeah, so leave it up there. Anyway, guys, with that said, hey, listen, the fight to me was a disappointment. Good that he got there, good that he made money. It was nice seeing him come out. I seen him come out alone and all that. You know, oh, man, this guy's for real.
He was limping even there.
I don't know if he was limping, if that was his gait. You know, I didn't get that. I have a gait. But what I will say, and I'm going to show it because I have highlights. First of all, let me tell you how adamant I was. I'm going to play something with Nick.
Well, this was before the Tyson fight was even announced or thought about, you know?
Yes. What happened was, Nick and I were talking about when I said I would fight Logan Paul. After seeing Tyson, I'm not fighting anybody. But no, I still think Tyson had what they call a puncher's chance if he would have hit him. In the first round and the second round in that fight, you saw Jake Paul get scared and run.
He's got a puncher's chance with, like, someone being caught off guard for sure, but not against a fighter, dude.
Yes, even a fighter's puncher's chance. They call him puncher's chance for a reason.
Yeah, no.
Because
if you get the chance.
If you get the opportunity to hit him square, he's gone. That's when that guy was.
Jake was also way bigger than I thought Jake was.
The size, they were both the same weight going into the room.
But Jake was way bigger than
I didn't see that, and we'll show it if we can. We'll show some pictures. I thought they were the same, like size wise. They're both the same weight. Actually, Tyson was a pound heavier, 228. Jake was 227. Besides that, though, Nick, after seeing that and seeing that Tyson's legs were gone, his wind was gone. I didn't see Jake Paul. I have not seen Jake Paul really get into the ring with a fighter that could test him. One did, Tyson.
He's still on his
Fury,
original
and he lost
boxing
to him.
come up. This is how all the greats were made.
True, but they're made with other fighters who at least are pro fighters.
New day and age.
Yeah, no shit. Isn't that the truth?
They were still doing this to new fighters. They were rigging. Go beat him up. Go beat him up. Now
yeah,
go beat
get a
him
record.
up.
Yeah, pretty much. And they knew the guy. They sometimes they paid him if they thought he could lose, they would pay him, the other guy. But they knew because literally just knowing the game. Yeah. So here's what Nick and I, myself, Nick, and my brother were. Oh, you can take the time here when this goes. And myself, Nick, and my brother were watching this a year ago, and we were talking about me fighting. And then the word Tyson came up. And we had talked about how great Tyson was, and we're going to hear about what Nick said. So you're going to hear a cool part here. I think it's pretty cool.
I don't think he stand a puncher's chance.
He goes, I don't think he could take your shot and...
Not if you landed.
Out of 5 professional fights.
If you landed one on his jaw, he's on.
Oh, he's
Jake.
out. I know that.
If you landed it right, I think he could break his ribs too.
Not a chance.
A good one.
You know who said that?
Not a
I called
chance,
Mark
guys.
Randazzo because when I do,
I think
he says if you hit him
the right way in
no
his
chance.
rib, like a body shot,
With
you
your weak arm?
I'm 245
With your
pounds.
weak arm.
No, that's another.
Okay,
that is a little bit of a problem.
What
Yes,
are you?
that's a big
Look
problem.
at your arm, Larry. You don't
So,
have a
but this
single
would-
muscle.
but-
But this arm, you're gonna tie this one behind your
No,
back too.
see, he's
Just
missing
fuck
the
him up.
point. Dave.
I know.
He doesn't realize all we did was fight as kids and hit
You're
each other with bats.
62, Larry.
That is
You are
a problem.
62 years old.
I'll be 62.
That's the issue.
That's what I'm
Dave,
saying, guys.
I
You're
agree.
62.
We lost ourselves a little. But
You guys are talking
definitely
like
lost
you guys are
speed,
27
lost
years old.
endurance. So, remember in prison, I did 1,000 push-ups in fucking an hour.
But you can't do 100 no more.
He couldn't do
I can do
25.
Yeah, straight right now.
Larry, you couldn't
no,
do
no.
25.
This
is not a good
I
part
used
for
to.
me.
I know.
How many push-ups do you think you could do right
this
now?
the part?
Straight. 10, not even.
No, but
25,
you can
30?
start it a little bit when it goes down. If you
I'll
want.
put a bet on it.
Don't put a bet on it.
I'll put a
I
bet
can
on
do
it. You could
30
not do
push-ups.
25 push-ups, Larry. I
still
filmed
think I
the
can do it.
video. I filmed the video.
I think I can
know
do it.
you cannot
I think I
do
can do it.
25 push-ups, I'll bet.
I think I can do it. Well,
Put
we
a bet
have to
on
do
it.
something. We'll make a bet
Give me
after.
a short video.
Yeah, put a
I
bet on
say
it.
you can't. Okay, bet.
Short video, yeah, it'll be short.
Real short.
David will tell you.
Short.
Listen, my bro and I were in
TikTok.
prison. We
Some
were in
would call
prison
it a
together.
TikTok.
We used to
wanna
work out a lot. That's what we did.
I remember when he
And we
first
used to
come
do
to
yard
prison.
work,
Guys,
too.
you aren't 40
You remember when you
anymore.
first came to prison? I had you doing a
Oh,
workout.
well, not when I
Oh,
first
here
went to
comes
jail.
the Mike.
Yeah, well, because before prison,
Right,
he goes
before
to
I
jail.
went to the joint,
So-
I went to jail.
You guys
Jail in
aren't 40
Philadelphia, and he's in the jail with me. And I said, Dave, I'm gonna get you working out. He couldn't walk. Literally couldn't walk. We were doing
Well, 2 days later, it's like from all these legs.
calf
work and all
leg
that
on up the stairs and all that
whatever
kind
it
of
was,
stuff. Yeah, we had
squats,
fun.
Tyson squats, this, that.
We did so much, but people don't realize how much you can do with your own body weight. Listen, Mike Tyson. Do you think Jake Paul could beat Mike Tyson?
Hell
no.
Even now?
Not. It couldn't be Joe Frazier now.
He could stand his own.
Joe Frazier's dead.
He could stand his own.
He's
Hey,
dead.
hey, he could stand his
he
own.
ain't.
He could stand his
Smoking
own.
Joe? I don't think so.
He's dead. He's been dead He's been dead 15
He
years.
could stand his own. That's for sure.
Against Mike Tyson?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, this kid,
Yes.
this kid bump his
You
head.
must be a big Jake Paul fan.
No, I'm not the big fans, but you just got to respect what they're doing. You know, he's got 5.
You know who Mike Tyson is?
I do, and Mike Tyson's also almost 60.
No, he's
No, he's
Now I'm
not.
gonna pause there, everybody, because I wanted to let Nick was saying it from the beginning, and I'm gonna give him his props that Jake Paul could hold his own at least with Mike Tyson, which my brother and I, as you could clearly hear.
And that was just me being nice.
No, don't believe. I mean,
said
look at
at
us.
least.
Hear us out and
At
hear
least,
us.
I was just at least he could hold his own. I was just going to eat least.
And not. I mean, until we saw how bad Tyson was. I mean, but wow. Yeah. Here's what my brother and I said.
This was before the fight was announced or rumors of the fight.
Right. I think
This
there was rumors of a fight.
I don't think so. This was the Dylan Danis Logan Paul fight.
Well, this was a year ago, so.
He's
He
52.
just got in the ring 2 years ago.
Yeah, with Roy Jones.
Somebody. Well, it was a joke.
I'd
but,
love to see
But
the
he was
fight.
good enough
Yeah.
to get in the ring.
Jay's got
you-
5 knockouts in
He's
7
probably
fights.
one of the best boxers ever. Heavyweights.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Tyson.
this guy would. Jake Paul wouldn't get in the ring with him.
But
he
you've
wouldn't
never-
get in the ring.
but you don't
I
know
think he
anything
would.
about.
He'd
You've
be
never
stupid
seen the
to get
fight.
in a ring with him.
You've never seen one of these fights.
Who's?
Jake Paul's.
I don't need to see it.
Yes, you do. To have that strong of opinion, you
For
for sure need to see it.
82 pounder to get in the ring with Mike Tyson?
Yes.
I don't care.
My brother made a point. Jake Paul got in the ring at 227, not 184.
Well, no
or
one. No,
180.
that's not a point. No one would. It's a sanctioned fight, so.
Yeah,
no
they
one
wouldn't have been
allow
allowed
that.
to get
Yeah.
in that ring. He wouldn't have been
I
allowed
did,
to.
but my point was that he would get in the ring.
I don't know if Jake Paul would
Jake
have
would
got in
still get in a sparring ring with him at 182 pounds. Yeah,
sparring, yes, but not for a sanctioned fight.
not for a sanctioned fight. No one would allow it. I'm just saying, but
Well,
yeah,
I can
Jake
tell you-
would definitely fight him at 182, and now that we know, I would confidently still put my money on Jake.
Yeah, I mean, just because Tyson was just out of gas and out of, but yeah, I mean, I'm trying to give an excuse for what Tyson. It's not an excuse. It's just that
There's no excuse.
and he don't need an excuse actually.
I told you on the 3rd round, if he would give up right now and just said, "Damn, I am an old man. He's got way more gas. This was fun. I'm not doing this anymore." That would have been way more like.
But I
would
think
have
I give him a
respected
little
it.
more credit because he did hang in there.
But I still would have respected it if he was like, "Oh yeah, I was talking a lot of smack, but this is not gonna. I'm not getting knocked
Yeah,
out."
but forget what he said. He actually went for the whole 8. I mean,
know.
just to do that.
I would have given him props too if he was be like, "I'm not letting you knock me out. I quit." You know.
I think he could have got knocked out.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jake
I don't know because you
did
don't know
the
how
right
much a guy
move.
could take. You know,
But Jake did do the. Jake could have. Done
I didn't say he couldn't have been hit him hard or
Jake
at the
knows.
end at least. Listen, Jake was. I just was watching a tape today, and one of the guys says, "Oh, I don't think he held back." He goes, "I think he understood that he won the fight." You heard that
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
and he didn't need to do anything else. That's smart. Why get caught coming in by a wild shot by Tyson and go down?
But knowing
Really, why do that?
But knowing how Jake thinks too, he thought the marketing point of.
Oh,
You know what
I
I mean?
agree.
I don't
agree.
think. Yeah. I
no,
thought he
I
was
see
gonna-
what you're
it looked
saying. I'm
better,
saying that
you know.
I'm thinking on that part of it. How much did what's his name really? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
right?
dancing around is still holding back, knowing you won the fight. It is
Yeah.
still
Oh no,
holding
no, no!
back,
It's not
yeah.
holding back. It's called being smart. Like Floyd Mayweather, he'd get ahead on points so much, he's not got a chance walking
Yeah,
into
yeah,
a
yeah.
punch. When you got a guy that can hit like anything, a big guy, why
Not
would
after-
you even get in his range? Just that's stupid. That would be a
Well,
stupid
it
move.
wouldn't have been stupid after the 3rd round. There's no hitting hard after that.
Oh, I think he
Come
could
on.
have. Yeah, yeah. Look, don't get me wrong. I thought it was a joke. Tyson literally stood in one spot. I mean, really didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't. Listen, I guess, listen, all he's got to do is say, you know what? I just cashed a $20 million
You
check.
saw
Right?
on the second, in the end of 2nd round, you saw him literally be like, "Oh, okay, I was talking smack. Okay."
No, what I saw was the first round, and I'm going to show this, guys. Now we're going to show something. First of all, do I say anything else about this? Let me see something. Hold on.
That's right. Hey, kid. David is 100. Mike Tyson is a few. You know what skills that guy's got?
Mike Tyson's a
hitting
cheater.
on the button.
Let me tell you a story about. Let me tell you a quick story.
He gets mad
Nick.
and he bites
I'm going to tell you a
ears.
quick story,
That's
and I'm
exactly
going to
what
tell
he
Larry it
does.
too. There was this professional boxer nobody probably ever heard of. Your old timers.
there is
His
a-
name was Jimmy Young. He was the heavyweight champion of the world in the
Oh, yeah. I remember Jimmy Young.
1950s. Okay? He retired. He was a black guy. He was punch drunk after a while. He retired, and he got into the sheet metal trade.
No, that was Willie Pep.
Wait, real quick,
No, it
is
wasn't
punch
Willie
drunk
Pep.
when you...
It's something young. But anyway, he got
thought
into
it was Willie Pep.
he got into the sheet metal trade.
Yeah, this is a.
Okay? And he was a professional.
You're talking about a
heavyweight boxer.
little guy. Willie Pep was the little guy,
No,
beat
well,
up
no,
everybody.
Willie Pep. Willie Pep was no.
Go ahead.
from
Go ahead.
the
Tell him
Bronx.
the story.
Anyway, he got into the sheet metal trade. He was an apprentice for my father. My father was a foreman. Okay, back in the day, in the 70s and 60s and 70s and all of that. He was an apprentice. Okay, this guy at the time was about 45, 50 years old, whatever he was. This young electrician didn't know who he was, and he was giving him a hard time. And all the guys said, "Hey, leave that guy alone. He'll kick your ass. He's Jimmy Young. I mean, he was a professional boxer. He was a heavyweight champion of the world." And this guy didn't believe him. He just kept bothering him. Before you know it, Jimmy Young hit him with one shot. One shot. The guy,
Well, that's-
at 50 years old, this kid didn't even know what hit him.
I know, that's a professional fighter hitting someone who is not a professional fighter.
Yeah, but he's talking about a kid. What David's
I'm trying
saying
to
is.
say that they could still punch. Mike Tyson could still throw
I didn't say
a
he
punch.
couldn't.
And
That
he
wasn't
would
the
throw a
point of the
punch.
story.
Logan Paul wouldn't even want to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. He wouldn't do it.
They would love it.
He,
Yeah, if
Oh,
it
they
was
would love
fixed.
it.
If it was,
They would love it.
If it was for show,
They
but
would
if it was
love
a
it.
real
David
deal,
on,
he
and
wouldn't do
talked
it.
Hey,
about.
you are-
You think he's gonna say it was fixed? I bet he does.
But there's only... He can't say anything else, or else look at this. Like...
No, there's no. Listen, I'm not making an excuse for anybody. Obviously, Tyson was not.
But
what
it
we all
wasn't
thought he would
fixed.
be.
And Larry, if it was fixed, we wouldn't have seen Mike look that way.
Yeah, they would have fixed it early.
They
something
would have made
happened.
sure Mike didn't look so bad. That's what I'm saying.
Bang on the thing, but
I
yeah,
mean,
I was breathing too heavy into it, and then you.
well, that
banged
doesn't.
it.
And
Forget it,
what's
forget
going on with the mics is they're not on Phantom right now.
Oh,
That's what it is.
Anyway, Nick, listen, you're right. He looked terrible. Anybody who watched the fight cannot say different. I think the big loser in that fight was Netflix.
Oh.
I will say something, guys, in that fight. When I tell you that people were all over the internet just bashing him and
David, we were getting in trouble by David.
yeah,
We were getting in trouble.
my brothers, I could get this fight. You can't, David. It's Netflix. It's the streaming service. Everybody was buffering all over the world.
I had to
They
pull
said.
up the
We
proof.
had people call from from Germany, I think it was, watching it from overseas in England, saying they're having a problem with it. And I think Netflix dropped the ball.
They really did. Yeah.
They did not realize how many people. Did you know how many people they said will watch that fight? 60 million people.
Tried to get on. Yeah.
Think of that, people.
They really
60
underestimated live.
million people.
Live.
Live.
Not just tuning into your website. This
Yeah.
was live. They really underestimated.
Yeah, they did not have the bandwidth.
And I feel like someone was like, it's just Jake Paul. You know?
you can't. I don't know, but they had to know Tyson was going to make. Tyson was the draw. Everybody knew that.
I still don't think they have the respect for the platform that they do it all on.
Oh, YouTube.
Yeah, I still don't think that they...
You might be right, but I'll tell you what.
They do
I
after
think
this.
this is a great follow-up show. Even I'll tell you what I think is happening. I think YouTube is just falling into being a network. Somebody at the
Oh, it's
top
already
told
one,
them,
yeah.
"Listen, no more what you're doing. You're too big." And now and if you look at all the networks, they all have YouTube channels now, and they're mega. Do you know what Jimmy Kimmel's YouTube channel is?
Yeah, they're...
20 million
huge,
subscribers.
yeah. And they get put on the front page.
Exactly, for whatever reason, because they fucking don't give me.
But that was literally... That's a really good point, though, Larry, because the whole reason YouTube's YouTube is because they had their platform over there. They had that. That's for them. Don't be putting Fallon on my front page, please, anymore. Thank you.
Nick is really right on this.
Thank
and
you.
the reason he's right is because we had all these different platforms. If you like commercials and like that kind of networks, they'll go there. You like YouTube.
Well, it's even
it's the same. YouTube really is falling into that trap.
It's like the style. Like, that's your style. Please don't be censoring our styles over here. And now,
that's what made
now
YouTube,
Fallon,
I think, big.
Now
in the
Fallon,
beginning.
all of them are over here, and they brought their ad money, and now we all have to be censored.
Well, I mean,
Just a theory, but
no, it's not a very far off theory. You're talking about also now. We're talking about what do you think about Kicks though? Kick taking over it, but no,
Good. We
are
need
they
Kick.
doing
Kick
good?
is like
are
an-
they doing good? I don't even know.
all I know is that Kick is now 2007 YouTube, and YouTube is cable TV. Like,
Yeah, that's the realm it all fell into, which is to me kind of pretty sad. Let me get back to the Tyson fight. I'm gonna play a clip here, okay? This is a couple minute clip, but I'm gonna play a piece and stop it because I want you to remember the fight, and I want people out there if you remember the fight. This first clip
here, let me see it.
is I'll tell you, show it to you when I'm done. You know where it is and all that. I can show you. I don't need to be doing this now.
Wanted to watch it. I wanted to watch it, Larry. That's all I wanted to do.
I got you. All right, so now we're gonna watch this fight. So this is a 2-minute, 35-second clip of the Tyson-Paul. Only highlights. It's called the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight highlights. ESPN Ringside, who did it.
Shout out.
Yep, shout out. So, but this is, I'm just going to play a short clip and show you something. Did you see Paul running? I mean, the first few minutes, Tyson does come out hard, whatever Windy Little had. And that first round, you saw him kind of fall away, actually, Jake
It's
Paul.
kind of like the reverse what happened with Logan and Mayweather. Logan Paul came out heated and was making Floyd back up just for a few seconds. And then
until he feels his
couldn't.
punch.
Yeah, then Logan couldn't like maintain
Mayweather's
that.
amazing because he's so smart. He just feels the punch and knows he can take it, then it's over. Or what he can do. That guy's in a league. Well, he's the best ever live. That's by record-wise, anyway. So, but Tyson here, you can see comes out. Look at this. Nice. Watch. First round. Watch. See, then they go to another round. See that? Now we're going to the third round. Tyson still comes out in the third round. You see him? He knows this is it. After this round, you said he should quit.
Yeah, he goes and sits down, and you can see him. If Jake would have knocked him out within the first 2-3 rounds, it would have been respectable. After that, it would have been sad.
I think that was it. Still nothing hit him solid. You said they're a little bit, but nothing major, you know.
Well, it was major to Mike.
I think you just see he wasn't quick enough.
And dazed. Turn it down a little.
This is where Tyson's just this was all. I don't even want to play the end of the fight because it made me disgusted. The last 4 rounds. He shouldn't even. You're right. It's almost like you see him on the bench when he's sitting there.
Right after this, I've never seen someone look that way, like thinking,
Dejected.
like, should I keep doing this?
Yeah, you've seen the dejection on his face.
Yeah, he was like, should I keep doing this?
And then you know what? You know what he said at the end of the fight, which of course is bullshit. Of course, he says this. He goes, "Are you done now, Mike? You realize you're done?" The announcer, and he says, "I don't know. Maybe I'll go for Logan Paul." Did you hear that? You know, Logan Paul looking like you just did that. You know, you just did that, and you want to fight me now? Yeah, you know, it was obviously Tyson should have said, you know, I'm done. I had my last fight. I got a nice paycheck. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad to see everybody. The feeling was great.
Had a good show.
I have no knees, no legs, no body, no wind. This is a young man's sport.
Quit picking on me.
This is a young man's sport,
And then just quit picking on me, and you
Yeah.
would have won. Just by didn't.
Because, you know, it is a
pick
young
on
man's
me.
sport, obviously. You know, there's a reason. Listen, I say this, and you can think of this even if you have a wife or a girlfriend or a woman. Women are made to have kids at a young age, if you believe in anything. Look at the age women have. You can't have a kid after so old, Nick. As a woman because of menopause and all. That's built in there.
Really?
Yeah, because we're not built to have kids at that old age. A woman as a mother, same as athletes. It comes that time. There are a few people who can, push back for the time they call it. They're in such crazy shape. We had when I was a young kid, we had Jack LaLanne. It was like
then they all drop dead at 72.
They do. You don't hear anything. A bum, cancer, done, out. Somebody throws in, or a runner.
Yeah. Oh, she was found on the side of the street with a hole in her lung.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, she ran too much. Built the hole. But no, and that's exactly what happens. I think there are a few people, but I didn't notice it until my mid-50s. Really.
50-year-old guys are pretty strong, too.
They can be, but 50's starting to hit that age. Yeah. Even, you feeling yourself go down earlier, obviously. And at your height of your strength is 35. It's not 20s. Even though the young people get there, Tyson was there and people were there, usually 30, 35, you're strong as a house. That's when your body's totally matured. And especially if you're in that game. Even golfers used to be the best they were in their mid-30s. Now they're a little younger because of technology and training and certain things. But golfers never used to win until they hit 30. A lot of your great guys, Tiger Woods was the one who changed that because he was golfing since he was 2. You know what I mean?
It was probably just because of the culture. Nobody was
100%.
golfing with their kids. I bet the mindset back then was no, it's me and my friends.
Yeah, and the kids
who's
had
going
other
to teach
priorities.
my kid. Yeah,
back in the day, they still partied. They hung out with each other. They drove cars to each tournament because they couldn't afford it.
Well, it was an adult thing to do. It didn't really seem like a kid's sport at the time, right?
Yeah, no.
Baseball was go play baseball. You're a kid.
All those the baseball, basketball stuff. All the sports. If you did it from when you were a kid, but it never got as big as it was golf until Tiger was in, and the money with Jack Nicklaus and Tiger. Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer
because
first.
someone wanted to teach their kid how to play.
Yeah,
and then it was I've been teaching my kid. Don't be so ignorant, guys. Take your kid
and watch what he does to you. And he beat, and exactly right, exactly what happened.
I think golf was probably the only mindset that men had where it was no, it's me and my boys. We're gonna go play golf. Kids aren't allowed.
Yeah, it was. You're right to a degree, but they'd be members of the country club. That's why it's a.
Well, that's what I'm saying, and then they're not bringing their kids. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're going out to play.
That's kind of what I'm trying to say. You can go catch a ball in the back with your kid, get them into baseball. Don't bring them to the country club not dressed well. No,
but there are ones that started earlier, obviously, but not Tiger Woods. And even today's generation is a lot different, than...
That's what I'm trying to say, is the culture just shifted to not being so closed off as a sport.
But I don't know if you know why it was more than anything, because you couldn't make a living back in the day on golf. Even the best, only maybe the top 5 that ever played made money, and it wasn't even from the purses. Yeah. It was from endorsements. Arnold Palmer was the first who did that with a Pennzoil. Yeah, and he was mega, and he
it was just kind of kept more in the country clubs to hang out.
Yeah, because they couldn't make money. It's not like you're telling your kid, "Come here, you're gonna be great. You're gonna make millions a year. Come here, kid." Yeah. Today,
go put a mitt in his hands. That's what I'm saying. Go tell him to play baseball.
They can make.
You're gonna go
millions.
play golf with your friends. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
And it totally has changed now because these kids grow up in country clubs themselves. Then their dads are out there, and their kids are beating them at 12 years old, 13. Really, that's what happens. And
that's what happens. Yeah.
And it's just what happens when you have a talented person. But
the dads gate kept golf for too long.
Yeah.
And now the kids are beating them, and they're mad.
I don't understand. I cannot understand. Now, Tyson thing, you're right. I don't think there's the wind. It's wind. Everybody don't get, and legs. You sure his legs were gone, man? I don't care. I don't think you could. Well, I thought it was his knee first because
it was like any little contact he was stumbling back.
Yeah, his knees. He couldn't get a plant. Yeah, he couldn't plant. He couldn't be a foundation. Mm-hmm. He used to be bobbing and weaving way low. Remember I told you that before the fight.
If
he goes down low,
I've seen him fight.
You'll know he never.
He used to be hopping all around.
Oh, and you couldn't hit him, and he'd knock you out.
He stood still and bit on his glove.
Let me.
I don't think that's no play. No.
Let me tell you why, people. I watched Tyson every single fight he's ever, pretty much every fight he's ever fought. I don't remember him ever chewing on gloves like that. He was like eating on it. Was it nerves? Was it, he said at the end, they go, they even noticed, they said at the end, the interview, you were chewing on your gloves a lot, like, a lot, what was something wrong? He goes, yeah, I have a biting fixation. You hear what he said? That's bullshit. I don't know why that was. Here, one of the conspiracy theories out there is that was a code to Jake, to come forward or hit me more or don't hit me because to not knock me out. Like that. That's where that fix comes in, or choreographed.
It's too in your face. That's really dumb of them to do that. Then, I'll bite my glove. No one's gonna know. How dumb do you have to be for that to be your plan?
But did you see how much?
I think my excuse for him was that he was going to make the excuse of being like, "Oh, I was biting my glove because I didn't want to take his head off" or something like that.
No, I mean he could. Man, everybody knew it. Now fighting because we watch a lot of them here. Do you think Jake Paul's ready for Francis Ngannou? The guy who fought Tyson Fury?
No.
Knocked Tyson Fury down?
No.
That guy hits like a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. What about John Jones?
I don't know who that is.
John Jones is the heavyweight champ of UFC right now.
Oh, I just watched a video about him.
Yeah, and
he's a
badass dude, man.
But what about his boxing?
Yeah, see, I agree because it is totally two different sports. Yeah.
I believe he would beat the hell out of Conor right now if you put
Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Well, Conor McGregor did a lot of boxing training because of that Mayweather fight, but. That fight was another one that I watched Mayweather play with him for 4 rounds.
That's
play
where
with
him,
and
that's
then
where
knock
I
him
was.
out.
That's where my
Did he
whole
knock him out in the
jaded
fifth?
thing.
I think it was the fifth he knocked him out.
A technical knockout.
Because he was getting hit so much. What do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, he played with him that whole fight. That was such a joke.
You're gonna let him not get knocked out is what I wanted.
Who?
If I was the ref, I would have just kept it going because it was really not. It was a weird technical knockout. You did not need to be called right there.
I don't remember.
This guy is a MMA fighter, and you thought he was really like you
hurt
had
too
to
bad?
stop at the fight.
Hurt too bad? Yeah, no, they get there. Oh yeah.
You know how many times he's been choked out, unconscious? You're good.
Oh yeah,
you don't
and
have to
beaten
stop.
and punched in the face on the ground.
I was so mad. That's when I first was like, these fights are never going to be real fights ever.
And Nick and I fall into that same thing. We're not getting a fight. Nah, I ain't getting sucked in. We paid for those fights at $100 or $80, whatever, $90.
But I like to see what their next trick is. That's my excuse. Not that it's real. Even though they're real fights, but they are just tricky dances. That's all they are.
No. You get two like the Tyson. I keep saying Tyson. What was the kid Fury's name? Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury and Jake Paul was a legitimate fight. Totally legitimate. They want to win 8 round.
But all the other
Tommy
fights
won eventually.
that really built it up were the other ones, like KSI.
Yeah.
And those were just dances as well.
Yeah, those were exhibit.
Those aren't. I'm just talking about with the older people and the MMA guys. They're just dances. Like Anderson Silva, like he got knocked down. Jake knocked him out.
I didn't see the fight.
Silva.
Yeah, I know who Jake
knocked
Silva
him down.
is. Yeah, but I didn't know. I don't know what. Again, they're not boxers. Most of those guys. It's a totally different.
And
when you can stand in the middle of the ring, they say, "Oh, he's good with his hand. He's good at stand up." That means you're good at boxing. No, that means you're either quicker or this or whatever. They know. Listen, the boxing game and that game is 100% different because, as Mark told me, to be a fighter in the boxing game, you need 150 fights. 150 fights before you're comfortable getting punched in the face and not closing your eyes. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense because when you get hit, you do that. I remember getting, it's like that minute of it's hitting you, where they just open and see an opening. That's how good you get with that many fights.
Yeah.
Now Jake hasn't had that many fights, but I'm giving him a lot of credit.
Yeah.
But he fought one fighter yet. He fought one fighter.
I bet you he's sparred more than 150
Oh,
times.
see that, and that means a lot too. Yeah. How many rounds he's sparring? And
he can keep his eyes open. When he gets
amateurs. I think. I would hope so, but
I
want to see him.
Yes.
I would want to see him fight a top 10 heavyweight. If he doesn't come after a top 10 heavyweight, well, he's such a smart marketer. All he's doing is making mega paydays. I mean, this guy's really making mega paydays. Now, if he wants to be a legitimate champion, world, he's got to fight a top 10 sometime, whether he loses or wins. And just because he loses doesn't mean he's done either, because nobody considers. Listen, the first fight he ever fought, he fought after how many fights? 3-4 fights. He fights Tommy Fury, who's a professional.
It was like 7.
6-7 fights, whatever it was. And he ended up, losing the decision.
But those were his only fights.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't have an amateur career or anything like that. Now, do I think that, I don't know who. He's wanting to fight guys like, if he fights Canelo, again, Canelo's an older fighter, but Canelo is a boxer. This is different, Canelo is not 58 years old, you know what I mean? Canelo might be, I don't know, I'll look him up. But, when I look at, Canelo would be...
Canelo, the Mexican?
No, Canelo the boxer, yes.
The Mexican?
Yes.
He's not... The new one?
No, he's not. I said he's not 58.
Oh, yeah, no, he's...
No, that's what I'm saying. He's young. That's why I want to see...
29 or something?
Right. Can Jake Paul fight him? No.
Isn't he the best right now?
No, but he's a way, way lighter.
Oh.
Canelo's not as heavy, but he still wants to fight him, Canelo. Now, obviously, listen, Jake Paul has come a long way. The guy's legit.
Didn't he have a expedition with Floyd?
Canelo?
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't be an exhibition. There's no exhibition.
I thought Floyd beat him.
Yeah, I'm sure he did. Floyd's undefeated.
But how would they fight if it's not an expedition?
Because he lost the fight.
What? Well, it's still called. It just doesn't go on the record,
No, Canelo Alvarez has to prove he can break Terrence Coward's will. No, I think that's different. I think I'm on a different person.
Canelo. See what Canelo you're talking about.
Canelo's best moment, Canelo KOs.
Yeah, we're talking about the same person.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about him as far as I guess he's, there was another Canelo in boxing. But, no, maybe
he's
this is Canelo.
It is the best right now.
Okay, yeah. He totally lost to Mayweather if he fought Mayweather. I mean, you can't beat, he's Now, Canelo, again, he's a boxer. Now, could Jake Paul take on Canelo? I think Canelo called him out too, right? Yep, to fight. Canelo Shields calls out Canelo Alvarez. Oh, Shields calls out Canelo.
I don't know. Seems the AI definitely didn't get it right, unless it really was in 2013. Was it? Did they fight? Okay, they fought in 2013. And
who won? It'll tell you.
Let's go back.
It's going to tell you Mayweather
Since I believe it now. Oh, for sure. I knew Floyd won.
Yeah. Floyd is not lost. Is it Canelo Alvarez? See if it says Alvarez.
Yep.
That he did fight him. And now he's in his prime, isn't he?
He won the fight by a majority decision.
Yeah. Mayweather did, of course.
Yeah.
How old is Canelo Alvarez? Does it say?
Let's see.
You can go to Wikipedia right there and just go to, and it'll be right there. Canelo Alvarez, I thought he's got to be in his mid-30s. You said 29? I think Canelo Alvarez is 36, maybe 36.
Well, that's why I was so confused. He won in 2013, so he's definitely way older than I think.
Yeah, I thought he was in his mid to late 30s. I don't think he's over 40, and that's the key. But I think Canelo, and look at what weight class. If you just put Canelo Alvarez in Wikipedia, that's all you need. And you'll see the whole thing from there. Go to a browser and do that. Don't go to AI. Don't do nothing. And then it even has their record on the right side. Now, I'd love to see Jake Paul fight a fighter like that, or somebody who's a boxer who understands boxing at a younger age than a Tyson. Come on, Tyson's
he's 34.
Yeah, Canelo Alvarez is 34. So he lost, 14 years ago, 11 years ago, he was a 20-something-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's...
62 wins, 2 losses,
there you go.
2 draws.
And he wants to... How big is he?
Knockouts.
How big is he? What weight class? And it'll tell you on that size, what he fought at.
He's 168 pounds right now, 5'7".
That's what he is. I don't know if it's now. if he goes up to 180, 85, and he fights Jake Paul, I think Jake Paul is in trouble because this guy now you're talking about knows 100%
Oh, I agreed
everything
from the
about fighting.
beginning. Yeah.
You know, how do you? This guy's got ring experience more than even Tyson, but not even that. And he's not. And he's 34. He's still at pretty much the prime. This guy's not.
He's not an old man.
He's
so they
still
can't
fighting.
say
He's still the
anything about
champ, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think he is. And now. I think I don't know who's in the top 10 in the heavyweight division anymore. Because Jake went in there at 227. That's a heavyweight, of course. 227 is playing with Francis Ngannou, is playing with those kind of guys. You know what I mean? Tyson Fury. You know, is he ready for Tyson Fury? Are you kidding me? You know, Tyson Fury would play around him like he's a joke, you know?
Tyson Fury. Oh, wait, no. I'm going to say right now.
Top 10 heavyweights. Yeah. Well, Tyson Fury is top 10 still.
Next one was Muhammad Ali. So.
Oh, no. Yeah, no. He just put current top 10.
Oh.
Who is it?
Google's saying that Olslar Losic is above Tommy Fury.
Yeah, I think he's the one who beat him for the title.
Oh, nice.
Right. Tyson Fury just lost the title, I'm pretty
Anthony
sure.
Joshua, Joseph Parker, Zilly Zhang.
I don't know any of these guys.
No, I don't
But
know
I
those
think
guys.
Jake Paul should want to fight one of them. Well, any of those top 10.
Or
He
drop
beats,
a weight. Just drop a weight class, Jake, and then go fight them. I don't prove yourself with these guys.
No, yeah.
The only reason he's that heavy is for Tyson. No, Jake Paul needs to get out of the heavyweight division.
Well, people do gain weight when they get older, Nick. I mean, period. No matter what you do. I mean, that's
what I'm
just.
saying is Jake Paul doesn't need to be in the heavyweight position.
Yeah, but
he's
you know
not a
once they
but he's
say
not
you, he's not. If he's 227, he's not a natural 180 either.
He's not a natural 200.
I don't know.
I've just watched the kid grow up, and the kid's definitely not a natural 200.
You think I'm a natural 200?
When you got older, do you think when you were 18?
I was 132 pounds when I was 18.
Now, what about 26? How you know?
180.
Okay, you were not a natural 210. If you know how hard it would have been to maintain 210 at 25.
I know how hard it is to maintain 220 without going back up. You know, what I mean, obviously, I think it's just to say, well, you're right. He's 27. He's not an old guy.
But he has to. He's gonna drop all that weight. He can't hold that.
I don't know. You know, most of these boxers, Nick, when they're off boxing, they gain 15, 20 pounds. So even if he's a
But I'm
natural
saying
180, he's going to be 210.
I think he was 160ish, like, and bulked up just to fight.
No, I don't think he was that small. But maybe he was. I don't know. I mean,
the kid was my size. Like,
not since boxing.
I was gonna say, like, I'm just saying, like 6 years ago, he was definitely
Yeah,
a
he's
little
21,
bigger
but
than
he
me,
wasn't
dude.
even in a fight game. He's only been in it 4 years, period.
That's what I just said. The kid, it was like 130 pounds.
I said his
And it's just
natural
been
weight right
pushing and
now,
pushing and
I think
pushing.
it's 200. His natural
No.
weight.
I wouldn't. I don't think so.
I think if you could work out as much as he did to get in that
Just
fight,
yeah.
right?
just to
work
fight.
out that
Yeah.
much. There'd be too many calories he'd have to eat to
180.
maintain that.
Yeah, 180. 190ish. It is a lot of work for him to hold 210. That's just a speculation.
Yeah, he don't know.
Yeah.
I'm disagreeing on that. Here's why I disagree. Just because I know how hard it is the older you get to make weight.
But he's
That's why
20
most of these fighters
I know, but he's
don't make
26.
weight.
He's 27.
Again, he's starting to get that age.
No.
Look at you. I watched you get on the scale.
Larry, and I can't hit 160. I hit 160 once, and it was like, oh, wow, I'm up here.
I did. What were you 157 today?
Yeah, and that's me being heavy.
Well, I mean, now, what do you think your natural weight is? Well, your father was small, right?
Yeah, my natural weight's like 150.
Was your father small? Your natural
Yeah.
father?
Yeah.
Thin, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
like-
natural weight is like 150-ish.
See, I look at
145.
what does Jake Paul's father look like? Do you know?
He's just a normal man.
Yeah. Is he small, big?
He's taller. Yeah, tall.
Is he thin?
But Jake's not as tall as them.
Yeah, Jake. What does
Jake's like
6'1". He's 6'1".
He's like short as his mom.
He's 6'1".
Is he?
Jake. Yeah.
Oh, he is taller, a lot taller than I thought he
Yeah,
was.
because Tyson they had a 5'11", him 6'1" is what they had. Whether it's 6 foot and 5'10", who knows?
Yeah.
You know, but give or take it. So I don't know. I think weight and fights, obviously, it's hard to do that one because you don't have the strain. Usually, if you go up in weight, you don't bring the power with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know,
and
or if you go
way
down
up.
in weight, if you go down in
up.
weight, you lose your fatigue because you don't have the energy.
He's got to get back down to his natural weight.
Whatever that is, I don't know. I'm dying. If this kid's serious and he wants to do something again within 6 months, he should stay active and fight somebody else. I have a feeling it's going to be another shit show, whether it's a Canelo or it's a.
It can't be another old guy. I think he's
Nagano. Please go fight Francis Nagano. I want to see that fight. I'd love to see that fight.
Even then, would he come down a little?
Who?
What's Nagano at?
265, 270.
He can't fight. Jake cannot get.
That's a heavyweight.
Yeah,
There's
Jake
only.
Jake can enter at 210.
Oh, absolutely.
And fight him.
It's over. I think it's 200
So no,
and up.
Jake would never do that. Jake cannot get that high. No.
You don't have to get that high. You
I
just
know,
got to
but-
be in that division
I know, but why would you want to fight him if you're nowhere close to his weight?
because you think you can beat him.
Yeah, but Jake's smarter than that.
He thinks I ain't beating that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's. But
You would have to be insane. You know what I mean? It'd be a stupid thought to
Let's put it this way. I told you.
Oh, yeah, I'll fight him at
Tyson,
210.
Mike Tyson never fought over, I think, 210, maybe 212 as a heavy fighting George Foreman at 280.
These were all Americans,
280.
right? All Americans?
Yeah, George Foreman, Mike Tyson.
Okay. There are different people in the sport now that we've collected all around the world.
Well, no, they had like the Klitschko brothers, who were the Russians who had the title before Tyson Fury. Now, have people gotten bigger? Yes, and all that. But they had 280-pound George
But
Foreman.
you see what I mean? That it would be really impossible for Jake to get up to a fair fighting weight.
228.
Chance. You want him to push now 260 after that?
No, you don't have to. See, Nick, you're thinking differently. You don't have to push it. You shouldn't have to push it. A 228 guy is a heavyweight.
Didn't he push that? He needs to go back down to 200.
No, he didn't push it.
190.
If he wanted to get out of the class.
I've been hearing he pushed.
If he wants to be the champion at whatever division, he has to get to that division, stay in that division. I don't know if he can. Maybe he could stay in the
But the thing is,
cruiserweight division.
the thing is, this was just for a show. He needs to get out of the heavyweight division if he's being serious.
That's a good question.
That's kind of what I've been saying. This was just for a show. He doesn't need to be maintaining that weight.
You know,
Or he should have started in the heavyweight division.
But
is
yeah,
kind of
he
my
wasn't
point.
big enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when you're younger, obviously everybody goes up in weight. There are fighters right now. I think there's one fighter who won 5 weight classes.
Oh, wow.
There's many who've won multiple.
Yeah.
Evander Holyfield was the cruiserweight champ of the world. Then he became the heavyweight champ of the world. And that's Evander Holyfield who fought Tyson. He was never a natural heavyweight.
Yeah, but he was already a champion in that division.
In
So
cruiserweight.
let's get a not a heavyweight champ, Jake, before we try to switch divisions.
Because that big division,
you can't just be
rough.
like, "Oh, this division's too easy." But you didn't win the champion yet, so
That
don't
division-
move up, buddy.
and that division is rough. Like that heavyweight division.
That's my point. Was he was just doing that for a show. He doesn't need to stay in that division.
I would love
If
to
he's
see him.
serious.
Now that I'm looking at this, I'd love to see him fight a Canelo Alvarez. I'd like to see him fight Conor McGregor. But I think he could beat McGregor.
Yeah,
I think he
Conor
could.
wouldn't do that. Yeah.
I don't know. Connor's crazy too, and he likes big paydays. That guy likes money,
Yeah.
and he's smart.
But his ego this has been different. I think he really hates this kid.
Who,
I think
Conor?
he really hates this kid. Yeah.
Conor McGregor?
Yes.
No way could Jake go and cross over to MMA and think he could win in any of
And
these
don't
guys.
waste your time. That's what I'm saying. If you're trying to be a champion, you need to
First of all, those guys are a different animal.
or
But-
waste your time and just get the paydays. That's what I think you do. So now switch over to MMA and try to punk Dana. That's going to be fun.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
I would love to.
I would like to
He
see
can't
that
get
more.
into the ring with. That's why Francis Ngannou went from boxing, from fucking MMA to boxing, and what a representation. That guy's talented, and I don't know if you see those guys who really know ground and pound and arm locks and all that. They're a different animal. Break your arm. I mean, they'll take him to the ground so quick because they know they can't outbox him, obviously. So they're going to take him to the ground as quick as they can. I don't care that he was
Dude,
a
they'll
wrestler.
throw one leg
Big
kick.
deal, he's a wrestler.
One leg shin. connecting to a boxer's shin, and
and
that's all you need.
Or whatever. They don't.
These
They know what.
boxers, don't have baseball bats for legs.
Like you're right. Well, you saw what happened to Conor when he broke his leg right there. Oh, that was weird, man. Oh, that hurt me.
I don't like shin connecting to shins. I've never liked it. It does not.
I didn't like the sound.
Yeah,
but I don't know if there's an MMA. I think he could. Listen, if he really was determined to become an MMA fighter, then he goes and stops boxing and he goes into the gym every day and wrestles and trains and trains and trains and trains and trains.
But he's not. He's gonna do whatever's the best for the best payday.
I wonder why he took up boxing.
For a paycheck.
No, originally, like the brothers both went into boxing. The one first brother, Logan, was before him, wasn't it? Didn't he fight KSI? And lose?
This was all just for a paycheck. Yeah.
Right, lose.
So
when did Jake get in? He
both
got in legit.
So right before that whole thing happened, their next viral thing was that the Paul brothers were entering in the next Olympics.
As
and
boxers.
then they were going to be at a boxing Olympics. And then they did a bunch of math, and it was like, oh, there's a lot of regulations, and we can't be in control. Let's do this YouTube boxing stuff.
Are they the guys that started YouTube boxing?
I mean, they are. Yeah, they're some of the first. Him and KSI and Logan Paul were.
Well, there's no other boxing matches I've ever saw from YouTubers. So
and now it's huge.
Except who else is doing it? Nobody.
There
Except
are a
Paul.
bunch of fights going on between YouTubers. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
We
that.
just don't care about them.
And they're not big enough to be on TV or anywhere else. So
I mean, I see them on the internet every so often, but then again, it is just a ploy between two YouTubers to now have content that they can go back and forth with until the fight. It's all a boost in there.
Yeah, they just want to get clout.
So that's why I don't like Jake Paul is a champion shit. He's just gonna keep saying that, but he's just making content, guys. Jake Paul, I think, truly does not care to be the champion of anything.
Who? Jake Paul?
Paul.
He says his goal.
Okay.
He says it out with it.
But I am believing that he is here for paychecks and doesn't care deep down. If he that kid believes that he could just go stop whenever he gets bored, and he's done enough.
No, I think Jake Paul does want to be legitimate a champion in boxing because you don't work this hard. If it's just you do the money bite and you quit. He's been doing this. He fought some other guy. He's fight even when the original Tyson fight was postponed because there's ulcer. He took on that other guy. What was
he needed the paycheck.
Who was it?
Perry.
Perry. Yeah, he did the Perry, and still did the fight 5 months later because that was in June.
But that's what I'm saying. If he wanted to be a champion, he wouldn't have. He wouldn't have saw that at his weight at the time he was winded, so now he needs to put on more weight to go fight a bigger guy.
Well,
that's not a champion's mindset.
I mean,
that is
listen,
someone who likes to put on shows.
Listen, they all do, but I do think he wants to be. I don't think he could work that hard for that long. He's really now his brother. No, Logan don't give a shit. He's a whole paycheck.
Jake Paul. I think he's more worried about being the biggest show producer.
Well, he started that company, right?
Yeah. I think that's more of. Let me tell everyone I want to be the champion, and let's get this going, and then I'll be a Dana White. I don't think he truly deep down cares. I think he cares more about the companies and how they work.
I'm sorry about that. I was looking at a Tyson thing where Canelo Alvarez, what's his name? Jake Paul calls out Canelo Alvarez. I want to see that fight. That is a fight I'd like to see.
And Jake Paul's already in a really good position that he does need to start taking risky fights because if he gets knocked out, he can still talk all the shit. Be like, yeah, people get knocked out. Look how long it took.
It's not yet.
But you know what I mean? Like
no legitimate fight aficionado will say anything until he beats a couple of guys who are in the top 10. Just one, even the 9th ranked, 8th round.
They still would. If
he beats a couple of those guys.
No, down there they still would. If they got knocked out by a nobody being a nobody, fighters will still go, yeah, people get knocked out. I got knocked out.
Of course. But but that doesn't mean he's done as a career. If you got knocked out by a nobody, your career is done.
That's not how this is. That's what I'm saying. But now there's two somebodies, and if you get knocked out, you got knocked out. That's a fighter's
Yeah,
mentality.
but
Now, if he got knocked out 4 fights ago, it would have been the end of it. If he got knocked out in the first 3 fights he took.
he wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be talking about
That's what I
him,
just
obviously.
said. It would be the end of it. Now
I'm
he is
saying
in a
no.
position that
I'm saying
if he gets knocked out,
not
you
yet.
can't make too much fun of him.
If he gets knocked out by
Canelo?
Yeah. If he gets knocked out, people are going to dismiss him. Then they
No,
go
you
back
can't.
to fighting.
You can't. He's too deep into it.
Nick, you're wrong.
Okay.
Well, that's the opinion. I'll tell you what. I want everybody out there to let me know. Here's what I want you to do.
Wait. Counter question, because that was your point. You're like, I want to. When will I see? So now, how many more bunk fights do you think he will have respect to where he can get knocked out? With you being like, okay, good, he's a fighter.
If he gets knocked out by a bunk guy, a
I
nobody.
didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I said whatever fight he's gonna take good fights that he can be knocked out in, and now he has the excuse being like, okay, I got knocked out on a fighter. He's not taking bum fights and getting knocked out. He's gonna get knocked out by a Canelo or someone respectable, and now he has.
Even
being like,
Canelo's not a real legitimate fight because of the weight class. If it goes off in the exact weight class it's supposed to,
yeah.
here's the problem, Nick. No,
I think I said, yeah.
no.
I made a point to me. At
Yeah.
least.
Okay. You made a point. Here's my point. My point. He fought one legitimate fighter called legitimate fighter, Tommy Fury. Fought one legitimate fighter and he was stopped. 8th round decision. Okay. If he takes any top 10 and gets knocked out, he's going to have a hard time breaking into the legitimate sport of boxing.
He doesn't care about breaking into it.
I think
He's
he
the
does.
problem child.
That's why he's not doing
He's
it.
just trying to mix the fucking the pot. He's just a problem child. I think he's more worried about making a really legitimate business.
Okay, put it this way.
And this is his ploy.
If he gets knocked out by a top 10, he's got to go back to getting those joke fights
well, yeah, that's where
because they won't give him a fight. In other words, listen, the boxing industry itself.
which he is not in.
Well, he's technically in it. No, he is in it. He is in it and legitimate. He's ranked. The whole works. Absolutely. He's a professional boxer. Now, if Jake Paul beats a top 10, any top 10 ranked anybody, he is legit as you can get. If he goes in that ring and gives a good showing, they go 7 rounds and he gets caught and
He gets knocked out.
That's
You're
okay.
good. That's what I'm saying.
But if he goes in and he loses
all
in 2
good.
rounds and gets slammed.
But he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that.
How do you know? If he goes in.
Haven't you seen this kid is like 4 steps ahead of like everyone else?
No, I'm talking. Oh, you say he won't make the fight.
Yeah, he wouldn't plan any.
At
of
what
that.
point is he going to make the fight?
When he's ready, when he goes and knocks out a few more legit I don't know.
I don't think he
cares.
can get the pay. He's not going to get a payday like this one again.
And
That we know.
now why care about actually, you know what I mean? I just think he's doing this as a ploy for real businesses that he's running. That's all. I don't think he cares about really being a champion.
I
think he's gonna
disagree,
string
Nick.
it
I think
along
I
until
give him
now
more.
he
I
has
give
a
him more
streaming-
credit than that. I give him more credit than that. I think he wants to be recognized as legitimate.
But he'd be
contender.
okay with stepping aside now to all of his businesses that he made off of.
He says he says he'll quit right now. He'll quit everything except boxing. That's what he said.
Okay.
Now, is it true?
Because he's the problem child.
Yeah.
He does this to you guys.
I totally believe Logan is like that.
He stirs you guys up. You know?
Now, he ain't stirring me up. I think Logan Paul is with wrestling, with whatever. He'll do whatever.
And it's a business.
Oh,
It's
100%.
all
And
funneled
good
back
for
to
him.
his business.
And good for him.
Jake is doing the same thing.
No, because he's into the box. Do you think Logan Paul could beat Jake Paul in a boxing match?
No.
Why?
Just Jake is doing that as his ploy right now.
No, I'm saying 'cause he's
isn't.
more into boxing.
Yeah, because it's still his ploy.
Listen, the guy's been taking on fights, whatever it is. You want to call them fights or not?
Money-making fights.
I don't know. He would make a lot more money if he fought a top 10 and become legit.
Or just
If he ever became a champion in one of these divisions, a champion, holy shit, what a story. That would be bigger than all his businesses.
and he'll get
Because
there.
nobody will fuck. How
But
does
I'm
this
just
shit-
saying, I believe he will become a champion and can become a champion. I just
Maybe.
believe that
you
he's
believe-
gonna get
I don't
there
think
on a
he-
mindset of like, I do want to just be the villain and stir the pot right
No,
now.
oh, he's the
I do
villain.
believe that I am the shit.
Right.
But it is all for my other businesses.
Okay, just between you and I want to see him fight a legitimate fighter because I almost don't want to see any of his shit shows anymore. But I get conned into him.
Not wanting to see these.
You wanted to see that fight.
Well, you know what? But I told you how it would play out.
You were right. Well, you called it.
And I do want to see how it plays out. I called all of them. I did. The most entertaining one was the Perry one because Perry was just running around and Jake didn't know what to do.
Well, Perry
it was fun. And Perry just didn't care. Didn't care.
Perry's the guy, the guy
bare knuckle
at the end, drew him down.
Yeah, he tackled
that was
him.
a good one. Yeah, huh?
He tried to, or was that Dennis? I don't know. They seem like the same people to me.
I think it was Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis fought Logan Paul, right?
Dylan Dennis like swung at the ref or something at the very end.
No,
like
he swung at Logan, but remember he tried to grab his legs once. Yeah. That was Logan. That was a weird. I think it was Dylan. I think it was the other guy, Perry, who was a bare knuckle fighter.
That's
right. But that's you got to go to boxing. You got to go. They say boxing is the sweet sport. Sweet sport of science.
Why didn't he start properly then? If he really cared, why didn't he start?
Because he's got a lot of money and he don't have to start properly. He's smart. You know why? Because he could do what he did. He could afford to do it. Mm-hmm. He could afford to live. You get a regular kid who's from the street. Most of these kids who become heavyweight champs and shit, they're poor and in the gutter, and it's their way out, and they're good at it, and they go to the gym. Tyson, all of them. You don't hear anybody come from a real wealthy family with a master's degree get into boxing. This kid is smart enough to have the money, the backing to put up a gym, get trainers in, do everything else, and then take on some stupid shit, which is another YouTuber or whatever it is, beat the shit out of him, start liking it, is what I think happened. He did like it, and he's getting the adulation. Then, there's no feeling like walking in that ring.
I don't think he wakes up hating boxing. I think he really loves boxing, and he wants to be the champion of the world. Wants to. But I also do believe that he could wake up one day and just be like, I'm good. I have done enough. And he'll be okay with that too.
Yeah, he could. I don't know about 27. You're 27. I don't know. No,
but I do know that these guys, I am surprised this has been going on for this long because these guys switch up to different.
Oh, and the Paul brothers are good at it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You remember them from when they were started?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Literally when they started.
I remember literally when they started getting traction on Vine. Traction. And me being like, I don't like this college kid doing college pranks.
Oh, they were college kids at that time?
Well, no, Jake was in high school.
When did Vine come out?
Vine stopped Vine came out around 2013-ish.
Oh, but it didn't last long.
No, it was over before I graduated high school.
Which was 14, 15?
No.
Less than that.
16. I graduated
2016, and it was over already.
And it was already, they had already given warnings to like get your account off and we're deleting it.
And it closed. So Vine was a 3-year hit.
And it was a smasher. It was crazy.
It's the prelude to TikTok, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the shorter content.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they started the shorter content, but then they didn't pay anyone. So then the Jake Pauls and everyone who are at the top of the website went over to YouTube.
Oh.
So and then they didn't have any content creators really on the website.
So YouTube is the one that really built them all up.
Yeah, that's where they all really got super famous. The ones that are still here because they were actually talented. Most of the Viners died off because they didn't know how to make a 10-minute video.
Give me. I know some because I watch YouTube like you. Well, with you, and you showed me a few of them. There's the David Dombrek, right?
Vine. Yeah, he's a Viner.
Oh, he started Vine.
Mm-hmm.
What about?
There's so many that didn't make it that were so good at Vine too.
What's the perfume person?
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star was at Vine.
No, he was MySpace. He started on MySpace.
Is that
He's
before
older.
Vine?
He started before everyone. That's before YouTube. He started before YouTube. He was getting bullied on MySpace before all of.
And he went. Then he went right to YouTube.
And then he went directly to YouTube. Yeah, and didn't. And then what I was trying to.
What about your other guy? That guy, Roman Atwood.
See, those are the big YouTubers who didn't. If you were a YouTuber with a good following and getting paid before Vine was even out, you didn't even go to Vine. What was the
Oh,
point?
you mean Jake Paul and them were on YouTube and they went to Vine?
No, they were. They got
were too
famous
young.
on Vine.
Got
Then a following, and then they brought it over to YouTube.
Ah.
Every big YouTuber who was making money on YouTube, why would they want to waste their time on Vine that wasn't paying? It didn't make any sense, you know? So the people who got big on Vine had to try to struggle to get paid on YouTube. That's why they all left.
Isn't that what's happened with Twitch? They don't pay as much.
No,
or so?
Twitch pay. They straightened themselves out. There was a certain point where they were taking like 80% of creators' profits.
And creators.
I think it's good now. I didn't get too much into it, but yeah, they definitely were. They were losing a lot of creators. But yeah, the big YouTubers never went to Vine because it was just a waste of time, and everyone thought it was.
Name me a couple more Vine YouTubers that I would know. I mean,
I just need a list of them. You know, there's
David Dombrek is the only one I know, and the other one, the Paul brothers, right?
Paul brothers.
Weren't they pranksters? You said
Like everyone in the Dobrik crew, like that old Nash guy. He's from Vine. I just need to see a bunch of YouTubers.
Okay, yeah. I mean, when we look at YouTube, I look at the ones. You know, again, we don't watch much of that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's not pranking anymore. So wasn't YouTube big on pranks and shit?
Yeah,
And that's
it was
where
just
it
a
got
genre they stopped pushing. That's where a lot of the. This is way before.
Telling you,
Vine.
YouTube has turned into a network.
That was
They're
way
not
before
doing that
Vine
fun
was even.
stuff.
That prank era was before Vine and kind of while Vine was dying. But the prank era.
I mean, you could curse on YouTube. You could do crazy shit on YouTube.
You could
now you can't even curse.
At one point, there was pranks where people from Russia and Muslim people, their pranks were to go in public and put a bomb on the ground and scream Allah Akbar or anything Russian. And that was content that YouTube ate up, promoted 100 million views plus, pushed. And then they stopped doing it. So all those pranksters became vloggers because they were pushing vlog at the time. And then that's when that algorithm, like if you knew how to jump on an algorithm wave before everyone else, because those people were smart and they were already on how it worked.
To understand what he's talking about, what algorithm, we were watching Joe Rogan the other day, and he mentioned on his show that when he did President Trump on his show, they hit him. People couldn't find it.
Allegedly.
Yeah, well, that's Joe Rogan ain't lying. I don't believe that for 1 second.
He probably said allegedly afterwards, though.
He probably did. And they could not find him. And if that's not hiding something from the public.
So what I was explaining is a little different because they weren't hiding. They were just maneuvering what was hot next. So
that's the algorithm. You're hiding the person.
Joe is like a individual that was targeted. This was like the pranksters. Some of them noticed that they were like it wasn't going to be a thing anymore on YouTube. So some pranksters went to vlogging and noticed it popped. And then they would be like, hey, you need to go vlog. You know, this is where it's at. Go vlog. Oh, hey, go vlog. And then now they're all on the front page again. And then it switches to what YouTube wants.
Now
again.
you're not
and
seeing vloggers
And then
anymore.
they have to switch to,
I'm
reacting. Now I'm reacting. Oh, go do reacts. Go do reacts. It's pushing.
That's what I did.
Then after reacts, it's, hey, why are we doing this? Go podcast. That's what they're pushing.
They're all
this is what
doing
they
it now.
all, you know. So they start noticing because they're good at the website. They've been here forever, you know. So they see it before everyone else.
You know, I totally know because I get fans of mine saying, I can't find you. And in the beginning, they can find me.
See, that's a little different. That's like,
it's not putting you where you belong or not sending you, shutting down people's notifications. We know that's happened.
Yeah.
They did it to us.
but that's not what I'm explaining.
No, people think,
Yeah.
I know, I got my notifications on for you, Larry. And they really don't. They did, but they went in the back end, YouTube, and shut them all. You saw that. It happened with our ads.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hit no button.
All the glitches started happening when they were trying to get rid of like clickbait, and once all the new Google ads came in, and then people were being unsubscribed to people, and they didn't know,
Right.
Or like they would click off, and then they just come back and be like, oh, it was just a bug on the update.
Yeah, they well that's why I said
Allegedly.
YouTube is becoming
Allegedly.
a network. It's not like a legitimate
They
way.
have to follow
It's not
rules.
open source.
They have to follow other people's rules now, and that's cable TV.
And why is that, do you think?
Because now they want the ad money.
Oh, yeah. It's all
Back
about the ad
then,
money.
there was no ad. There was AdSense, and they were getting paid per view. And
Well, they only use AdSense, and of course, it tells you how much people are on and all that.
I know, but back then, in the culture of the beginning of YouTube, if you said that you were sponsored, that all your viewers would have abandoned you, called you a money hungry, no, because they were making a buttload of money on views. A buttload.
Yeah, not like now.
Like unconceivable amounts of money they were giving to children. Dude.
Well, look at PewDiePie. Yeah, they all become stupid rich, these guys, right?
Dude, FouseyTube was making an unbelievable amount of money when he was like 19.
A wacko.
And I don't want to put a number, but it's millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions.
And he's nuts.
And it is all proven in tube. Yeah, he's got nothing now because he's nuts, But the kid had a lot of money. I'll give him that.
Yeah,
And then YouTube, he was one of the big ones. YouTube literally shut his account off because they didn't like his content anymore. And then he went from making millions on ads to they cut his AdSense.
No more.
And he went from this to
the nothing.
Did
you say they shut his channel down?
No, but they messed with his AdSense, and he was getting paid like 12 cents a video compared to millions.
So what they did, and well, I don't know how that works either, but obviously
they changed how AdSense worked at that time.
Well, I understand the back end, meaning
now it was like
how much per thousand and all that, and it goes by the the view. But how they do it, and this, is all they got to do is, and I love, like you said, we talked about this during a trip. Don't tell me they can't make or break anybody. Mm-hmm. I think there's one guy in there who knows what he's doing, could make or break anybody. You put that guy on the first page of YouTube, he is a success. We always go to the first page of YouTube all the time, every day. What comes on our
There's
algorithm?
nothing else. They've made it to where there is nothing else. The AdSense are on the front page. Where do you think they put everyone? Right on the Larry. I know, but what do you think that is on the TV? The only place you really can go is the front page. Do you want to search for something? No, it's too inconvenient. They don't want you to.
Yes, but what I'm getting at, if somebody wants crime and they don't put me up there, and they put somebody who has nothing to do with crime, that's them making sure I'm not on the first page.
And then now I'm saying even
now they can put you on that first page.
I know. I'm just saying even deeper now that you do make it a break because everyone's only on the first page, and they've made it that way. YouTube used to show you new things that you might like. Now YouTube only shows you things that they know will get collected for AdSense and retention. And they show me the same podcast over and over and over and over. If I don't click something on that TV, another same one of Joe Rogan's 5 podcasts are going to come on. Not any of the other ones. They don't expand on that. It's the same.
No, really, we've
5.
seen we leave them on that because we're not doing. It's background noise sometimes
and that's
for us.
That's I think what they're banking on people to do, and then they go to these meetings with these big advertisers being like, look how many eyes you got.
Yeah,
And then their big wigs are like, wow, not knowing that they're putting the same 5 Joe Rogan.
YouTube will say,
allegedly.
YouTube will do this and say,
we're getting in trouble.
No, we can't maneuver that. We can't. Yes, they can.
We're getting in trouble.
Yeah, so they could do whatever. They could totally do whatever. You know that. I think so. I know that. I think all these platforms. I think I've seen enough about it. I've been around YouTube now for coming on 5 years. And I started really 2020, so 2020 in the beginning of 20. So now we're going to 2020 for 4 years. Four years, is that right? 2020 to 2025. So 5 years I'll be coming on YouTube.
And that's super new.
I know it's super new, but I seen the difference already from my day, and that's 5 years ago, 4.5 years ago. I see the difference by people telling me.
Oh, iDubbbz is also a really big reason that YouTube changed the algorithm on everyone.
That's the guy who the crazy dude?
If you know iDubbbz, yeah, they had to really silence him and him alone, dude.
Wow, he used some language from N-words to this to that. And It's wild. He showed me some of the old videos.
And I couldn't even show you the real ones.
Right.
You know?
You said they got cut.
Dude, he was like, damn.
But he changed. You see
he'd
him
be
now?
like on his underwear, breaking glass, bleeding, doing that same stuff that you've seen. But just wild, dude. And they were like, we need to do something about this.
This guy's crazy. But, you know, obviously they have their legal, but I just think they fell into the corporate traps again, maybe not. YouTube, remember, when did YouTube come out?
2007?
7?
Yeah, 8.
So let's say 7 to 8. So it's
The
only,
cat videos probably stopped around 9.
It's not even about 15 years, really. Maybe
It's a while.
around 15 years. Now they're becoming corporate, total corporate, meaning they're another network. Everything is going full circle. That now these networks are all on YouTube, all everywhere. So it's just another network. What's the next major platform that's going to come out saying, no, we know what they want. They don't give a shit about cursing.
And I don't like their excuse being like, oh, well, we're making the platform safe for kids and family friend. Well, you have a kid's YouTube right there. If you want to spend more money on, I'm saying YouTube.
But no, I mark every one of my videos.
I know,
not
that's what I'm
for
saying.
kids.
So if you want to spend all that money over there,
why should now pro products
be
be not for kids anymore?
Exactly. You have a kid's YouTube. So why is that even there? Not you. I'm saying
no, even
YouTube.
us. What do we do anymore? React to a movie, do stuff that kids watch, do anything. I don't curse in videos anymore, or you bleep them or whatever. Where in the beginning, when I first started, I was bleeping them because I thought that's what you do, and I got more
and then
comments.
They change it without
Larry,
telling
you don't
anyone.
have to do that.
But you did at the time, yeah.
No, then I went against it, and then I went out and I started cursing. It meant nothing.
But it did in the long run.
No, then it said if you don't curse in the first 30 seconds, or you don't do that, and I didn't do any of that.
And then it changes, and then it changes, and then it changes.
That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. At what point did it get to why isn't my content kid friendly? Because I talk about prison. Because I talk about crime or the government
but my whole point
drugs
is it shouldn't matter regardless because there is a YouTube for kids.
Oh, you mean
they've spent millions of dollars for YouTube Kids, billions probably.
Oh, does his own YouTube?
Yes,
so
YouTube
I can pull up
Kids.
YouTube Kids,
and you couldn't look up anything that wasn't for babies and kids. Like you literally couldn't look up anything that wasn't like approved by a parent.
You know the running joke on the back end of every YouTube when it says you have content from 18 to 24-year-olds. They're really saying from 13 to 24 years.
Yeah, 12 to...
I mean, what will you tell me what 13, 14-year-old is not on my channel or people's channels, right? Mm-hmm. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, just legally they have to do that, yeah.
So before I end this whole podcast, what do you think is going to happen? Let's go with the Jake. Okay, we both agree the Jake Paul fight was bullshit.
Yeah, yes.
Okay,
yeah.
we both agree.
But it wasn't rigged in the way all these old men are saying it was rigged.
I never said it was rigged like that. I never did.
I know, but did you not watch that a bunch of old people were on the
hearing
TV
how it was
being like,
choreographed,
he's going to be a demon, he's going to really wake Jake Paul up, and now they're like, it was rigged. No, you guys just now realize
again,
that your hero is 60.
Nick, when you get older, no one believes they get that bad. They don't. I didn't.
I think everyone else noticed that it was going to go the way it went.
You're right. Any younger people,
except for old white men, they couldn't see.
Or all black guys too. Same thing. I don't think that has anything to do with it. White or black. I don't.
Saying a little. Saying.
But I do believe that that wasn't fixed. I am happy to see what happened. Listen. Good for Tyson for getting a payday.
Oh yeah, I'm cheering for everyone.
Good for Jake for getting a payday. Good. And also, I think Jake is great for boxing.
One more thing,
because he does bring eyes to the sport that nobody. You know how many people who never would have watched a boxing match now know who Jake Paul is.
And also, just for the audience that doesn't know, that Jake Paul set all of that up. He went to Netflix, pitched this, got the deal. Set it all up, lightings, where it's going to happen. Him and his team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It wasn't Netflix who came and was like, here's a silver platter. No.
You're right. I mean, 100% you're right. The kid's a great marketer.
Went to Mike. This was all Jake. It was not Jake being just selected. He literally is. He's putting on these fights for these women and everyone else, and that has to be respected. He's putting He's signing boxers. He's putting on fights that he's not a part of in the back.
Again, he has that promotional company with boxers
saying.
too is big. Because that's why I believe he's into the game for the real.
Well, that's what I was saying. Is that's why he's doing what he's doing, because he really is doing a lot of things behind the scene.
Now, and I'm going to go one. So, London, we believe that. What do you think's next for Jake Paul? Tyson, I don't think he can get in a ring. I don't think anybody will ever sanction a fight with Tyson. I don't think you will never see. I will bet on this. You will never see Mike Tyson in a ring, even in an exhibition.
No.
I don't think you will. Jake Paul, what do you think's going to happen to him?
He's going to do what's best for his other shell companies.
What do you think it is?
It's going to be looking as best as possible.
So do you,
or taking a real fight next, a real one where it's okay that he gets knocked out because it's going to be that real.
Well, you just didn't give. I think Jake Paul is going to do maybe one more. Call it what it is, gimmick fight. But if he takes a fight, and he's smart, if he takes a fight with a Canelo Alvarez and loses,
No, it's not done after that if he loses. No.
Canelo Alvarez, 168 pounds? Yeah, it'd be over. I don't know, maybe not. But Canelo wouldn't do it because he's the champ. You got to earn to fight me, bro.
Exactly.
You ain't fought anybody.
Exactly.
Fight someone who's good and then come see me. Until he does that. I think he's going to be pressured into fighting a legitimate boxer. Whether he takes it or not, he's got to take it. Here's the telltale sign. If Jake Paul is not active if you don't hear about a Jake Paul fight in the next 3 months, by let's go February, March even, if you hear nothing about who he's fighting next, what's going on.
If he cared about his title, there would be a rematch between him and Fury.
Yes.
But he doesn't care that much.
Well, I don't know. Are they saying they're having problems with getting it together? I don't know. They
have
they
no
can make
whisper
it.
of
They
it.
can make it.
Yeah.
There
No
was
whisper.
a whisper, but they can make it. If they want, they can make it.
He doesn't care about being the actual champ.
I think
cares
he
about
wants
being
to
the
fight.
champ
I think
and
he wants to
everyone
fight
dies.
Tyson Fury. Tommy Fury.
Okay. But it's not his best decision right now.
I think he could beat him, and then it would be a great
I believe
decision.
it, yeah. But that's a real gamble for Jake.
It is a
Jake
gamble.
doesn't like risky gambles.
Yeah, good point. If he gambles and loses, see, he couldn't have lost this no matter what.
Now, if he got knocked out by,
But no, he couldn't have lost. If he got knocked out by Tyson, he's still in the game.
Oh, no, yes. I wasn't going to say Tyson. If he got knocked out in the first few rounds with Fury, it would have been like, all right, Jake, you're a gimmick. We need to stop this.
Right. And
now, if he gets
rounds,
knocked out by
decision.
a Tyson with a good fight, it would have been okay. You know?
Well, Tyson at his age now we know couldn't. But anyway, like you said, I don't know. I'm going to predict this, people. I think he's going to fight a legitimate fighter next, not a top 10.
No.
But a legitimate boxer who wants to climb the ranks.
I think it's going to be a younger UFC guy.
I hope not, because that takes legitimate for me.
Mm-hmm.
Get a boxer who's been in there. He's got a record of 20-3, 20-5.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Jake, if you're trying to help all these fighters out, go get a boxer that needs a payday. That really needs a payday that might knock you out and help him.
Wow, that'd be great.
Because you're always saying, "Oh, I'm doing this, helping the fighters."
He does. You always say about Dana White does it.
If you really want to help a fighter, go get one that might knock you out,
can challenge
and
you.
needs to get out of an apartment, in the ghetto.
Bingo. You're right. But I think that's a good one. And you know what? Now that he's become a promoter, you made a good point. Whether it's like Oscar De La Hoya, who has what is it? Something Boy Promotions, Golden Boy Promotions. It used to be Bob Arum. These were the big Don King, Bob Arum, Oscar De La Hoya. These are all fight promoters. Mm-hmm. I think Jake has now become a legitimate fight promoter.
That's what I've said for the past hour and a half. Is that's what he really actually cares about. It's his businesses.
And if he does that and he wants to really do it and put a card to, he's a great marketer.
I think his championship is being able to push tickets as well as Dana. I think that's where he's really hitting.
Tough to beat Dana. Dana's a master too, man.
I think that's his real championship.
Now you're talking two people who know the internet, Dana White and him.
I think that's what the real champion is for him, championship is for Jake.
That might be. We're going to see. You say he's going to fight.
I think he's going to do a good MMA fighter.
Okay, and I'm saying he's going to pick somebody in the...
Well, but he can't because they're all locked in under Dana. But
there could be PF.
The PFL is not really that big yet.
Oh, it's gotten big, especially with Nagano there
and
now.
Jake.
Jake Paul.
But that's what I'm saying.
What I'm getting at, there's others. The UFC's not the only
Ngannou
one.
would be fun.
Fight Ngannou?
Mm-hmm.
I would
Wait,
pay
you
for
can't.
that.
He's 264. Yeah,
I don't get that. He can fight him. He's
but
a
he won't.
heavyweight.
We already went through this.
Yeah.
He will not.
If
It's
he-
not smart. It's a gamble. Jake doesn't
Gamble?
do gambles.
I think
bro.
it's a
Yeah.
bad gamble.
He doesn't bet on losing.
Anyway,
games.
everybody. First of all, I want to thank everybody again. We're back. We're having fun. And please stay safe. Check us out on all the platforms. And make sure you make good choices.
Yes.
Don't touch anything.
It's the greatest find yet. Nothing compares to it.